Don't buy this set of crochet hooks. Well, at least not if you're a beginner or if you're still trying to figure out what's your favorite type of amigurumis to crochet. So stay here with me in this video because I'll teach you how to choose the best crochet hook for you, the difference between some products available out there, and then you'll be able to decide if you're going to need one of those sets of crochet hooks just like mine. First things first, there is no right or wrong on what type of crochet hook you should be using for your crochet projects. But there are some differences between them and they are very important to keep in mind. Well, if you're new here in the channel, I am Bianca from Crocheniacs and today I'll show you the crochet hooks that I have, which are not that much because I know some crocheters who have like lots of drawers full of crochet hooks and crochet sets. And actually, there is a reason why I do not have like so many crochet hooks with me. And the main reason is that I don't spend my money on things that I'm not going to use in the future. It's like my mom always says, money does not grow on trees, right? I work really hard to make my way of living. So it's not only about crochet, but I do spend my money in a smart way. And I believe if you're watching this video, it's because you're as smart as I am when it comes to our budget. Okay, so you can see that my desk looks a bit messy. I do have lots of crochet hooks, crochet sets. Actually, crochet set, this is the only one, but hold on because I'm going to talk about them. And I have other crochet hooks, noisy, I'm sorry. But I do have lots of crochet hooks here with me. And there are lots of different materials, and that's how I'm going to start this video. So first I want to talk about the hook itself. I mean, this part where we crochet. You can find this part made of plastic, this one is made of plastic, this one is acrylic, and this one is metal, which is my favorite. You can find it made of wood also. I don't have any wooden crochet hook here with me. I do have some for knitting, but this is not the aim of the video. But I have never crocheted with a wooden crochet hook simply because I started with the metal one, I liked it, and as I said, there was no reason for me to spend my money on another crochet hook that probably I was never going to use anymore. So let me know in the comments if you have ever used them and if you like it. But honestly, I have never used this type of material. These are the ones that I know, and I will focus on the metal one because this is the one that I use the most and the one that I strongly recommend for amigurumis. So just so you know, I have two crochet hooks here with me and they are both 2mm size. This one is from Tulip. This one, I don't even know the brand. I bought this one in Brazil and it's super cheap. This was the first 2mm crochet hook size that I had, and I crocheted with this one for quite a while. But let's compare these two because they have the same hook size, and that's what I want to do. You can see that the green one is a bit longer, right? The material also is different, the ergonomics, which is something that I'm still going to talk about, but focusing on the hook itself. Okay, so talking about the hooks. This green one is way more round. I mean, it has like a rounded shape here at the tip of the hook, while this one, the Tulip, is way more steep. If you're focusing on amigurumis, I would go for a crochet hook like this. Don't worry because I'm still going to zoom in the video so you see the difference between these two. But this one has like a very steep and shape, which is better because when you're crocheting and you know that my stitches are pretty tight and you're crocheting with a rounded crochet hook like this, it opens more your stitches while you're crocheting. While this one, it keeps your stitches a bit tighter because it doesn't open that much. So of course, stuffing won't come out of it, which is something that I'm constantly saying here in my videos. Nossa senhora, isso vai ficar gravado. The first thing that I pay attention when looking for a new crochet hook is this part here, the hook itself. This red one, which is from Tulip, and I'm going to compare with this because since this is the only one that I have the whole set, I have almost all the numbers the different crochet numbers here. So I will compare this just so you know, the red ones are from Tulip, but I'm going to describe them later in the video. So these ones are called inline hooks because they are sharper, as you can see in the photo. While this green one that I have here is called tapered hook because it has this rounded shape here at the tip of the hook, as I mentioned before. I would say that one is not better than the other. It all depends on the project that you're crocheting. If you're crocheting amigurumis, well, in my case, I do prefer this inline hooks, but it might happen that for you, this one is better, and who knows, this is something that you have to test. But still talking about the hook itself, first I talked about how steep or rounded it is, and now I'm going to talk about this part, the metal part, because even though they are made of the same material, there are huge differences between these three metals here that I have in my hands. You know that the red one is from Tulip, I mentioned it, but this orange one here that I have is a 3mm crochet hook size from Clover, and this is the only one that I have from Clover. As I said, I don't have lots of crochet sets with me, but the metal part from these two brands here, they are amazing and they are so different from all the other brands that I have. The yarn slides smoothly when you're crocheting with these two crochet hooks here. It's simply different, and it is amazing because just by using like a better material like these two, you start to crochet a bit faster because, I mean, as I said, the yarn slides smoothly when you're crocheting, so consequently you crochet faster. And I also feel that I don't have to force my wrists that much when crocheting because I don't have to pull the yarn very hard when crocheting. So that's why these two, considering the quality of the metal, are the best. Well, and I have a scale here with me because I want to weigh these crochet hooks just so you know the difference between them. And let me check first the Tulip 2mm size. It's 6.3 grams, while the green one, which is the same size you all know, it's 9.7, almost 10 grams. So you can see that the Tulip crochet hook 2mm size is way lighter than this other green one that I don't even know the brand because it was so cheap. Wow, you might think, Bianca, it's like 5 grams the difference, 4 point something. It's not that much. But when you crochet a lot, especially people who work with it and has crochet as their job, their main job, when you crochet a lot, it starts to make a difference. And just out of curiosity, I want to see if there's any difference between the Tulip and the Clover. For some reason, I think Clover is way lighter. They're both 3mm size, and let's check. Exactly 7 from Tulip, and 7.5. Not the same, but come on, almost the same. So you see that these crochet hooks are super light, and the metal is good. It slides very easily when you're crocheting, so I would totally recommend this too. This plastic one that I showed you in the beginning of the video, honestly, I have never crocheted an entire amigurumi with this crochet hook, and this is my husband's crochet hook. I told you, he knows how to crochet and he loves it, and actually he crocheted this bag for me. He gave it to me. I don't remember when, I think it like 1 or 2 years ago, and you see how beautiful it is. Yeah, guys, my husband made this for me, and he loves to crochet bags with this type of plastic crochet hooks. So as I said in the beginning, there is no right or wrong when talking about the material or how sharp the hook is. It all depends on the project that you're planning. So if it's a bag, for example, which I don't remember if I have ever crocheted an entire bag myself, but my husband likes to do those kind of projects. He loves plastic materials. But for amigurumis, I don't know. He doesn't use that one for amigurumis either. He likes the Clover one more than the Tulip. Another crochet hook that I recently tested was this one from Prym, and I think this is how we pronounce Prym. This is plastic, which I was a little bit skeptic about because, as I said, I've never crocheted with a plastic crochet hook before, but I loved it. This crochet hook turned out to be super comfortable, which is actually their promise. The ergonomics of these crochet hooks is actually what makes their brand so unique. And something interesting about this hook is, I already mentioned it in another video, because I usually crochet my amigurumis with pencil hold. This is how I hold my crochet hook, as a pencil. But using this crochet hook here, it was not possible because of its ergonomics, which doesn't mean that the crochet hook is not good. I simply had to change the way I was holding it. So pencil hold for this crochet hook was not comfortable at all, but after I changed to the knife hold, it got way better, and I really liked this hook. So since I'm talking about ergonomics, this is something very important that we should also keep in mind, because it all depends on the way that you hold your crochet hook. Maybe the tulip, which is my favorite, is not the most comfortable one if you decide to do the knife hold, for example. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, I'm just giving an example, but for me it does work really well. It all depends on the way that you hold the crochet hook too, and your style of crocheting. So you might be asking, okay Bianca, you mentioned about weight, the crochet hook, the ergonomics of the crochet hook, but I'm a beginner, how can I choose? Well, if you're a beginner and this is the first video that you're watching and you want to decide the best crochet hook for you, first of all, do not buy a set of crochet hooks. You don't know what type of amigurumis are you going to crochet in the future. Maybe you only like to crochet small dolls, so the 2mm size will be the one that you will crochet 80% of your work. But maybe you like plushie yarn and you'll never use a 2mm size. You will use a big one like this from Prym. So this is the first thing that I would ask myself, because I have seen people who wanted to start crocheting and they got super excited and they were like, okay, I'll buy this whole set of crochet hooks with 12 different sizes and they are so beautiful, the colors of the hooks are beautiful, but they end up using like 1 or 2 crochet hooks, and it's a total waste of money to have this whole set. I do have my crochet set here, and I know I have this set of tulip crochet hook here with me, and I don't have this for such a long time. I bought them in June. And the main reason why I have this is because, I don't know if you know that, but Tulip is a brand from Japan. And I went to Japan because my sister-in-law is living there. Actually, she was living there. And I took the opportunity to buy, and it was super cheap in Japan because it's made there. But I would never have this whole set of crochet hooks if I was supposed to buy them in Brazil, because it was way more expensive. And out of the, I think I have like 10 different crochet hooks here from Tulip, I usually use like half of it, to be completely honest with you. So again, if you're a complete beginner, you saw an amigurumi online and you thought this was the cutest thing ever and you want to start crocheting, observe like what is the crochet hook recommendation for this specific project. Is it like 3mm crochet hook size? So maybe you can buy the 3, 3.5, 4, or 3 and 2.5, less than that. But try to be around this crochet hook sizes that the Amigurumi project recommends. And I don't know, buy only 1 or 2 before you decide on a whole set. Honestly, this was the first crochet hook I have ever had. A colleague of mine gave it to me when I first started crocheting amigurumis back in 2015, and she gave this one and a skein of yarn, which was a big one. It's 4.5mm crochet hook size, but after I learned how to crochet amigurumis, this one was in my drawer for like 5-6 years because I've never used that again. Not because I don't like the crochet hook itself, but because I prefer crocheting small toys. And after that, I kept crocheting. After I learned how to crochet amigurumis, I started crocheting with this one. It's a bit dirty because it's really old. I bought this in 2016, I guess. It's a 2.5mm size. And at that time, crochet was just a hobby. I didn't invest that much in better materials. and it was okay for me. And I was a bit skeptic about spending my money in a better crochet hook set like the one from Tulip, but it was a game changer when I bought this because, as I said before, it is way better than these cheap ones. This would be like, I don't know, $3, something like this. But it worked. I used this for like 4 years and it worked perfectly. My amigurumis were beautiful with this one. It just took longer to crochet because it does not slide that smoothly through the yarn. But as I said, you are a beginner. And I knew that the pattern that I wanted, it was a fox, a beautiful fox. It demanded like a 2.5 or 3 millimeter crochet hook size, and I bought only this one. And it was okay for me for like 4 years. So I don't know, do you want to crochet amigurumis using cotton yarn, small amigurumis? Just purchase one hook and test it for a while. If it fits in your hand, if you feel comfortable with this, good, go for it and keep using it until you get tired of the crochet hook or the color or whatever. But if you don't like it, that's fine. You didn't spend your money in 12 different crochet hooks from the same brand. You can buy another one and test and see if it's better than the one that you bought before. And I am saying this since the beginning of the video. You know that my favorite crochet hook is the one from Tulip. I have the red one simply because I liked the color and I think it was super beautiful, and it was cheap, as I mentioned, because I bought them in Japan, so it was way cheaper than buying in Brazil. I actually don't know how much they cost here in Finland. Probably it's cheaper than in Brazil, but more expensive than in Japan. But still, this Tulip one is my favorite. I like it even more than the Clover ones, but I have friends who prefer the Clover than the Tulip. So you see that this is a matter of testing and practicing, and that's why I only have one. Because I bought this one from Clover, I used this for a while, I was amazed, I really liked it, but after this one, I bought the pink, and this is also from Tulip, but I only have this one from Tulip because I was testing. I didn't know if I was going to like it. So this was my first crochet hook from Tulip. And after testing the Tulip pink one with the Clover, I got to the conclusion that this one was better for me, for my pencil hold, the ergonomics were better in my hands, I liked the metal, and that's it. So after testing with different products, I got to the conclusion that, okay, the Tulip crochet set is the one for me. And being completely honest, I don't think I'm going to buy another set of crochet hooks ever again because I like this, it works for me, and this is a set for the whole life. I think I'll be an old granny crocheting with this crochet hooks here. Unless anyone pays me and I receive a whole set of crochet hooks to test. Yeah, for sure. But to sum up, I would say that the best crochet hook is the one that fits in your budget. It's not because the Tulip one is my favorite that you have to go to the first store to buy it. Because if it does not fit in your budget, then it's not the one for you. But now I want to hear from you. Which crochet hook is your favorite and which crochet hook size you use the most? Please comment down below because I'm really looking forward to get to know you a bit more, and I love to hear about your crochet hook preferences. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll leave you this other one because I am sure you're going to like it too.